Hey everybody, welcome to TradeScope. My name is Luis Garcia. I'm a part-time trader, and this is my weekly recap where we discuss all the stocks that I'm currently trading. Before I get started, I'd like to let you know that this channel and these videos are for educational purposes only and do not serve to be financial advice. Okay, so let's get into it. This week we're talking about BBAI, Big Bear AI Holdings. So as I mentioned last week, I'm still on the AI train. I think there's some room left in these moves. I'm completely out of AI right now, but this was my last trade. I got into this last week. I believe my average was 176, and I had about 1,200 shares. So let's just go to the chart real quick. I got in right around here this day. I didn't get out there. I held for a pullback. My stop was down here. So let's get the chart tools out. So my stop was down here right about 150. As you can see, it didn't really ever come down to that. It bounced off of the 200 moving average, and this week it just kind of ripped through $2. So I held all the way till right about here, 250. My exit was 246. So I think this was a very clean trade. You know, aside from this pullback, I did very well on this trade. It might go higher, but you know, I really wanted to get out of it before the weekend. Like I said, it kind of had this pullback, but then after that, it shot right back up. So I'm really happy with this trade. 1,200 shares. I sold pretty much all of them at 246, so 1,200, 176. I made about, let's see, 12 times 7. Can I do that math? 12 times 7 is, let's get the calculator out because I can't do math this morning. Okay, so I had 1,200 shares and I got just about 70 cents of profit out of that, so $840 was my take home. Not a bad trade for staying in it for only a week. Not a bad trade at all. So let's move on to another trade that I took this week. I was in and out of it pretty quickly. This stock is called Upstart Holdings. Oops. So Upstart Holdings. This kind of hit my scanners. I was watching it. I saw that it had a private offering proposed. This was a couple weeks ago. I really don't even know what they do. I never really looked into it. It just hit my scanners and I kind of went into it. I had a feeling it was like some sort of AI. I thought I read somewhere that it was AI. Let's see. Anywhere does it say? Does it say what Upstart is? Yeah, right here. Upstart is the leading AI lending marketplace, connecting millions of consumers to more than 100 banks and credit unions that leverage Upstart's AI models and cloud applications to deliver superior credit products. So that's interesting. But yeah, AI train, right? That was pretty much it. So let's talk about how this trade went. I got in at $70. I saw that, let me just get the doodle tool out. So I got in right on Monday, I believe it was. So that was the 18th. And let's see, the 18th was this day. Yeah. So I got in for the break of 70. I saw this hammer candle right there. And I figured this would be a good break over 70. I was really looking for a break of 80 because this thing is, I forget how much is in the float, but it's not a lot. I think it's like 90 million in the float for $70 stock. That's not a lot of float. And, you know, it was hitting scanners, so you can see there's some momentum and volume coming into it. Again, pretty much since the election, right? There's the 7th, there's the 8th, it gaps up. AI train, election trade, that's kind of what I'm dealing with here. That's been my thesis for the past couple weeks, and I'm going to continue to roll with it. Anyways, So as you can see what happened this day, let's go back to this. So as you can see, I got in for the break of 70. It goes up, hits a high of 74 almost, and then gets smacked back down. I ended up holding it because it didn't come down to $64, $65, which was really my stop down here. So I ended up holding it. It kind of finally made its way back up. It kind of got right back to the same price again up there, right here, and I held it for one more day, and then I said right here is like, okay, I'm getting out. Right on this candle I got out. 50 shares for almost $4 profit, so it's about $200 profit. Not a bad profit for only holding in a couple days. I'm happy with it. But yeah, it was very whippy, as you could see these big topping tails, so I decided to get out of it early, and I'm okay with that. It might rip higher to my original price target, which was that $80 mark, but again, I'm okay with it. I could always get back in, we'll see. It's still staying on my watch list. Speaking of my watch list, let's talk about some other things that I'm still holding, still watching. So another one is DJT, the election trade. I'm still holding the election trade. So here are my levels on it. Not much has changed. It's still holding the 50 moving average. As you could see, there's still a lot of back and forth, sellers and buyers kind of trying to hold this $30 line right here. That seems to be the big fight, is the fight for $30. I did have a strategy where, every Friday I was going to buy a covered call. I only ended up doing that once so far, only because there hasn't been enough volatility to make it worth it to buy a covered, to sell. I guess it would be sell a call. Since I already own the stock, it would be a covered call. But the idea is if it whips up sometime near the end of the week, since my average is still way up here at 45, I'd buy a call at 45. I'd sell a call, so I'd be selling a call at 45 or higher. I'm really looking for like 50 or 55 would be like the call that I'd want to sell, and I'm looking for at least $50. If I don't get $50, then I'm not going to bother trying to sell the call. And I'd also like to see moves like this one right here, like that one. If I see moves like that near the end of the week, then I'm going to sell a call. Otherwise, it's not worth it, because the premium on the call just doesn't make sense, to sell it. So yeah, that's my strategy for this one. Like I said, I got a really wide stop on it. Looking for it to hold the 50. The moving averages are finally kind of coming in after this big sell the news moment, right? It's really, I think, was right down here was where the election was. And yeah, into inauguration, I'm looking for a break back above $50. That's really my price target for this one. So like I said, nothing's really changed on this one. Don't want to spend too much time on it. The next one I got still in my grasps is GLW. So GLW is another semi-play. Corning Inc. I believe they make semiconductors, and this one, again, a wide stop on it, mainly just because I have a small position in it. I've only got, I think it's 50 shares, and I bought it at like 48.50. So as you can see, I'm kind of sitting right at break even, following this trend line here. It's looking like, it came down to the 50. It might try to test this trend line again, and then hopefully try to break 50 again. That's really where my price target is, right there. So again, nothing really changed here. It did dip down quite a bit this week. Didn't hit my stop loss. I got a wide stop loss on it just because I got not a lot of shares. So nothing really interesting there. The last one is maybe a more interesting hold of mine. FUBO. So good old FUBO, still doing its thing. I still haven't gotten out of it. Still hasn't hit my stop loss quite yet. As you can see, it's really playing with it though. You know, hit it here a couple times. It bounced off that 135 average, or 130, got down to the 130s, but still kind of holding that line. Let's see if it still holds it next week. There's one major trend line that it's kind of playing with right there. I was looking at this head and shoulders a couple weeks ago. I feel like that's not really the play anymore. It's not really the chart pattern that's playing out. So let me maybe take another look at this and see if we can draw up a different pattern. I guess it's not going to let me delete that line for some reason because, E-Trade is just, that's the way it is. So yeah, it's got this support right down here in the 130s. It's got this major trend line that I was tracking. It's got this other major trend line that I was tracking. It's since kind of pulled out of that trend line. Yeah, so it's really just this support line I'm watching and this break of 180, 186 I believe it is. That's really what I'm looking for. That's where I bought, right there, right at the top. I think I actually, did I buy it? No, I didn't buy it all the way down there. I bought it here because I figured they would break out. But again, my stop was down here. I decided to hold on to it just because I'm not seeing a signal to that it's breaking down just yet, although it's getting there, right? Here's this red engulfing candle on Friday, bigger volume, but we'll see what happens. If it breaks through this level, I'll probably at least cut my position, like by a quarter or a half, we'll see, just to mitigate risk, because remember, our first priority as traders is to be managers of risk, right? So that's everything for my watch list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I saw that we have 1 subscriber picked up this month, so congratulations to whoever that is. You're in for a treat for all these videos. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like to see. I'm working on doing another series. I'd like to do like an educational series where I maybe do a deep dive into kind of like a trading 101. Maybe that'll be candlestick pattern reading. Maybe it'll be trend line drawing. I haven't decided yet, but I'm working on putting that together. So stay tuned for what's next in TradeScope. And for now, thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.